Assalamualaikum students. So now we will uh, write this G value. We will represent this G value in terms of L, S and J vector. L is the orbital angular momentum vector, S is the spin angular momentum vector, and J is the total angular momentum vector. As we know that the total angular momentum associated with an electron, total angular momentum that associated with an electron, that will be the summation of the orbital contribution and the spin contribution. That means J is the total angular momentum quantum number, will be equal to L plus S. Okay, so the corresponding magnetic moment, that is nu, the total magnetic moment will be the magnetic moment from the orbital contribution, that is mu L plus mu S. Okay, as I have already told you that mu L is equal to minus E by 2m of L. Okay, and mu S is equal to minus E by 2m of S, that is spin angular momentum quantum number. But I told you there that the value of this minus E by 2m S does not actually satisfy the experimental values, so it is multiplied by some factor, and for free electron that factor is equal to 2, around 2. So this will come out as mu S is equal to minus 2 multiplied by E divided by 2m into S. 2 and 2 will cancel and it will be equal to E by m S, minus E by m S. So the total magnetic moment will be equal to then equal to mu is equal to mu L plus mu S, that is equal to mu L is equal to minus E by m 2m of L vector, and the another one is plus minus E by m of S. Okay, so this will be the total magnetic moment, but we know that the interaction E is equal to minus nu dot B naught. That means B naught is the applied magnetic field and nu is the total this magnetic moment. The energy of interaction will be given by this equation, as I already told it in previous lecture. So for mu we can substitute this value, then it will become minus into minus E by 2m L minus E by m S and dot B naught. Okay, so this equation will now become E is equal to minus minus, that means it will get plus, and this will also get plus. So as a total I will take out E by 2m as the common, and inside we will be left with L plus 2s and then dot B naught. Okay. So when this applied magnetic field is weak, if we use smaller applied magnetic field, at that very time, if B naught is weak, at that very time the L plus S is equal to J. As we know, the contribution from orbital angular momentum and that from the spin quantum number angular momentum will be is equal to J, that means total angular momentum quantum number, and this J value will be strong. Okay. So under such conditions, this value L plus 2s can be written as equal to Gj. L plus 2s is equal to Gj, where G is there. G is equal to Landy splitting factor. Okay. So this equation, I will put it equation 1. This equation 1, L plus 2s is equal to Gj. Now we will take the J dot product of this equation, means we will multiply by J on the both sides. We will write J dot L plus 2s is equal to J dot J. Okay, we multiply J dot on both the sides. Now this equation will be J dot L plus S because it is 2s here, so we will write S plus S is equal to J dot J is J square. Okay. So this can be written like that. Now this equation can also be written as J dot L plus S is J. As we know, L plus S is J, so we will write J here plus S, okay, is equal to Gj square. Fine. Now we multiply this J to both of these. It will be J square plus J dot S. J square, J into J is J square plus J dot S will be equal to Gj square. We know L plus S is equal to J, so L will be equal to J minus S. Okay, from this equation we can say L is equal to J minus S. So here we can substitute this, we can take this square of this J is equal to J minus S. L is equal to J minus S. We will take it as square. What it will come out? It will come out L square is equal to J minus S ka whole square. Okay, so this will be L square is equal to J square, because it is A minus B ka whole square. It will be J square plus S square minus 2 into J dot S. Okay, from here we can write J dot S is equal to j square plus s square minus l square divided by 2. From this equation, if we get this j dot s, it will be equal to j square plus s square and this l square minus l square divided by 2. Okay, now this we will put this j dot s value here in this equation. For example, this is equation 2 and this is equation 3. We will put this equation 3 in equation 2. Now what we will get? Putting equation 3 in equation 2, what we will get? Instead of j square, we will write j square plus, for j dot s, we will write j square plus s square minus l square divided by 2 is equal to gj square. Okay. Now we will divide every term by j square, so it will come out 1 plus j square plus s square minus l square divided by twice j square is equal to g. So we got g is equal to 1 plus j square plus s square minus l square divided by twice j square. So we can write g is equal to 1 plus j square plus s square minus l square divided by twice j square. Okay, but we know that the average value of j, s and l is under root of j into j plus 1 h cross under root of s into s plus 1 h cross and under root of l into l plus 1 h cross respectively. The value for j is j under root of j into j plus 1 h cross. Similarly, average value of s is under root of s into s plus 1 h cross, and similarly for l it is l into l plus 1 h cross. So we will put these values in this equation. What we will get? We will get g is equal to 1 plus, for j square we will write j into j into j plus 1 h cross square, when we actually under root of j into j plus 1 h cross was squared because this is j square, it comes out j into j plus 1 h cross square plus s into s plus 1 h cross square. Similarly, minus we will write l into l plus 1 h cross square divided by twice j into j plus 1 h cross square. So this h cross square will cancel out with this and this. Okay, so we will get g is equal to 1 plus j into j plus 1 plus s into s plus 1 minus l into l plus 1 divided by twice j into j plus 1. This is the equation which we generally see in the books, which shows the relation between the j, s and l value with the Landy splitting factor. From here you can see, from this equation, you can see, if for free electron we say that L is equal to 0, that means orbital contribution is 0, then we can say the total angular momentum, that is J, will be equal to S only, because L is 0. So J will be S only. In that case, what we will write, G will be equal to 1 plus, for this J into J plus 1, for S into S plus 1 we can again write plus J into J plus 1, because J and S are equal, so we can write J into J plus 1 divided by twice J into J plus 1. So twice J, it is J into J plus 1 plus J into J plus 1, that means twice J into J plus 1. So it will come out G is equal to 1 plus twice J into J plus 1 divided by twice J into J plus 1. This and this will cancel, so G will come out to be 2. So for free electron, actually the theoretical value comes out to be 2, but experimentally it is something different. For free electron, it is GE is equal to 2.0023, a little bit higher as what we get from this equation. Okay, so from here we can actually introduce the contributions from orbital angular momentum, spin angular momentum, and the total angular momentum to get the total G value. So now we know that nu is equal to G under root of J into J plus 1 Bohr magneton. For if we consider the total angular momentum, in that case the total magnetic moment will be like this. From this we can get G is equal to nu divided by under root of J into J plus 1 Bohr magneton. Okay, but if for free electron L will be equal to 0, so we can also write this G is equal to GE is equal to nu E divided by under root of S into S plus 1 Bohr magneton. So this is the representation how we can show the relation between G and these different angular momentum quantum numbers. Thank you very much.